Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Now guys, as usual, let's take a look at the gold market. Some our watchers who view our video, our researchers now is telling that the sound is not really good, but actually I hasn't changed anything, so maybe some problems with my hardware here, I do not know. So when I'm playing the video here, it sounds not really bad. Well, but I will try to speak a bit slower. So on the gold market, guys, right now we see some technical moments that gives the hint on the possible deeper retracement. So first of all, this is the sentimental analysis. So because the CFTC report, the SPDR fund statistics mostly support the downward action. So as we will see, the storages of the SPDR fund has dropped. The net long speculative position has been contracted based on the recent Commitment of Traders report, as well as the open interest has dropped. So it means that probably this is the retracement that we have expected. So recall what we said when this rally has started. We said be prepared for a deep retracement here, guys, because this is the first reversal upward action after a long-term rally, bearish rally, bearish drop. So that's why sooner or later, but this retracement will happen. And as this action mostly is supported by the real changing in investors' position, this probably is retracement that we have talked about. This is the first reason. Second reason, based on the patterns that now are forming on the weekly chart, on the monthly chart, we make the suggestion that this retracement probably even deeper, at least to the 1175 area, or even more deep, because currently, guys, on the monthly chart, the bearish engulfing pattern is forming. And when you get the bearish engulfing on the monthly chart, it means that on daily, you probably will get some large A, B, C, top, D pattern. Currently, the only pattern that we could relatively easy recognize here is the hand and shoulder. So this could become the shoulder, head, another shoulder, and that could give us the A, B, C. This is just a suggestion right now, but maybe later some other pattern will be formed, but right now I see this one. What another reasons we see for downward continuation? Take a look that on the daily chart, market stands first below the monthly pivot support one, and it means that it's not just a short-term retracement with a bull trend, but this is mostly the new bear trend on the daily chart. And it means that it probably will go lower. Second, market has broken through this significant support. This is confidence support, and market right now stands in some kind of the free space because it stands below the major supports, not at some target, not at a result. So here it will not need any significant effort to reach this support area. That's why we think that here we can get really downward continuation. This minor bounce here is mostly the profit taken on this drop, this plunge on the daily chart before the weekend, and as the wages inflation, the wages growth was not as strong as investors expected to see. That has led to some profit taking. Right now, market is starting the preparation for Fed meeting on Wednesday. That will be major driving event. So the most important information will be not in rate hiking, but in the press conference. So what Ms. Yellen will say about the perspective of the rate hiking, what hints she will give on tightening policy of the Fed. That will be the major driving factor. Technically, guys, before the Fed meeting, we probably could focus only on some tactical issues. So, for example, on the 4-hour time frame chart, the interesting could be this thrust down, so it's not really bad, and it could become the background for the Judd Napoli directional pattern. Most probable here is Brent bottom, because double ripple here is not quite logical, since it's not really a lot of reasons for a deep retracement. So the Brent bottom here looks more reasonable, and it's probably, if market will reach the 1210, 1211 area, this will be fib level, and take a look, that will be the weekly pivot point. So as soon as market will test it, that could become some scalp opportunity for taking the short position and downward continuation. So Brent bottom could become not just the tool to get the minimum target, but also it could become just a pattern that will trigger the downward continuation to the next fib support area. It's right here, it's 1175. On the hourly chart, guys, nothing really to add. So you can see that price stands pretty nice in the downward channel. And it's also retracement is starting, so it's pointed approximately the same area as around 1210 level. So that's what we'll be watching for in the beginning of the week. So first, before the Wednesday, we will be watching for directional pattern here, and later we will see what perspective we will get with all this setup, what really market show us.